Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everyone. This is Mitch, your host for the first ever installment of What Are They Thinking? It's the show dedicated to the unemployed all across our country and the members of the website unemployedstatesofamerica.webs.com. Today, our show is going to focus on the website itself, and we're pleased to have Wendy, one of the website's founders, as our first ever guest on this first installment. Hi, Wendy.
Hi. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm so happy that you took the time to be with us today. And the first thing that I know a lot of our listeners would like to know about is how exactly did the website unemployedstatesofamerica.webs.com get started?
The website initially got started when there was a lapse in our unemployment that happened this past summer when Congress failed to pass the extension. A lot of us were on different sites, and something happened, and a couple of us kind of grouped together because, you know, we did so well working together that we just grouped together and we formed United States or Unemployed States of America. And we've been going at it ever since.
Now, when you put this together, my understanding is you put it together with a few other people who had the same issues. They were unemployed and they wanted a voice. And how did all of you get together and form a team to get this thing going?
Well, we were all kind of connected from another site. So a lot of us had one another's phone numbers, emails, and all that, and just got together without even really thinking, and we just made it happen. Just made it happen.
I know it's really difficult because, we have members of the site that are all across the country.
Yeah.
And I think right now we have 177 members as of today.
Yes, we do.
Now, there's different levels of involvement on the part of a lot of the members. I know that there's a chat part of the site. There's a forum with general discussion topics on there where members can talk about a lot of different things. There's a lot of information. There's a blog section of the site. When you put it together, what exactly was the intent, and how have things actually evolved with the site since it started?
Well, initially it was just addressing the concern of, trying to get our unemployment extension and all of that. And since then we've kind of evolved to attack the problem at hand. Why are we unemployed? Why is this happening to us? We're looking at what caused it. What can we do personally, to help change the situation that we're in, so this doesn't continue and continue and continue.
No, I know one of the things that we have done with the members, we've been asked many times to reach out to our Congress people, to reach out to our senators, and email and call and try to motivate them to act on behalf of the unemployed. How much of an effect do you think that websites like ours have had on the votes in Congress?
I think it's had a tremendous effect because, we're not the only ones out there. There are so many out there. It's like the unemployed are organizing, and that's a good thing. Just we all need to get on the same page and just plug away. Plug away. They have to hear us. They have to hear our voices. We give them no choice.
Would you say that there is a fear out there right now amongst a lot of members and amongst the unemployed that if the Republican Party takes control of the House of Representatives come this November, that potentially unemployment benefits may be a thing of the past?
Absolutely. And we've got to do our best to prevent that. We need to get out there and support our local politicians and do whatever it takes to keep the Republicans out of office. We've got to do it, and it starts at a local level.
Well, why specifically, Wendy, does it seem that the Republican Party has championed this anti-unemployment benefit, almost anti-unemployed situation where we've heard a number of Republicans that are high profile use terms such as lazy and drug addict and things like that to describe the unemployed. Why is that?
Well, I think the Republicans have their own special agenda, and unfortunately, we're not part of it. The Republicans are more for the corporations and the companies that are actually outsourcing our jobs, in my opinion. You know, you can actually see it, you know. If you just pay attention, you'll see it. They're just out for them and their tax cuts for the wealthy, and to hell with the little people. You know, they really just don't care about the middle class, and it's okay to pay for tax cuts for the extreme wealthy that, you know, they can't throw the unemployed or the middle class a bone, and it's sad. It's sad, and that really needs to be prevented. We really need to keep them out of office.
Well, I've never run into an unemployed person, and I'm one of those who doesn't want to work. We all would like to work, and the problem truly is that in many, many parts of the country, the unemployment rate is well above the national average, which is, as of today, 9.5%. And we've talked about this before, Wendy. Many members of the site have talked about it, about how that's kind of a false statistical figure, because it does count in the people that we call the 99ers. And if you could you please tell some of our listeners who may not be familiar with that particular term what that means, the 99ers?
A 99er is an individual that has ran out completely of their unemployment. You know, it's kind of a false term because a lot of times you don't even get 99 weeks. A 99er is one that I've got a call coming in. A 99er is someone that has been off so long they've not been able to find a job. They're displaced. They've fallen off the count for unemployment, which actually the rate should be higher than what it is. And, you know, a lot of your 99ers are professional individuals that are college educated and also have many, many years work experience, and they're just a little bit older in age, like their late 40s per se, and employers just don't want to deal with them. They just want to get younger people that are going to be in the workforce longer.
And of course, there is that issue where a lot of older workers who may be very qualified for that particular job are passed by because a lot of companies will see them as being a health insurance risk.
Absolutely.
And that is a form of age discrimination, but it's very hard to prove when you're in and you certainly know you're qualified and you send your resume, and then you might get the call or the email that, you know, they want to set up an interview with you, but the bottom line is you are how old you are, and it's a problem.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, and it's.
I just want to talk, if we could, very briefly. Well, I mean, we can expound on it a little bit. Coming this October 2nd, taking place in Washington, D.C., is a march/rally being put on by a group which is trying to organize different groups all across the country, including the unemployed, to march on Washington and show that we need to be counted. We need to be heard. Could you tell our listeners a little bit more about that march on D.C.?
Yeah, it's taking place. I think One Nation is the ones they're putting it together. One Nation working together, and we're going